UndergroundHipHopBlog.com exclusive.
Yo, what's up, world? This is Pawz One representing UndergroundHipHopBlog.com, and I'm here with my man,
Dr. Zodiak, cutting it up, UndergroundHipHopBlog.com.
So we're chilling right here in one of your locations, one of your businesses. Wanted to talk to you about a lot of things for people out there that don't know. There's a lot of things you do from top to bottom. I mean, I've seen you do it all. I've seen you throw events. I've seen you put out music. I've seen you put out DVDs. So you're just an overall businessman. So I wanted to talk to you about some of the businesses you got going on. SicFuc.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Pretty much, you know, I mean, when we were growing up, there was a group of us, and most of us were dropouts, fuck-ups, dope fiends, and stuff like that. And, you know, 15, 16, we're getting loaded, getting drunk, fighting in the backyard on the weekends, you know, schooling broad, shit like that. And it was more of like a lifestyle, SicFuc, kind of like how the way we grew up. You know, Ghoster,
yeah.
Buster with them, and you know, just a lot of my friends. You know, there's different kind of dudes, all characters, but
yeah.
You know, we had a little bit of fun growing up, and that's where it kind of evolved. 2001, about I started the clothing line. I made a few shirts, about 10 of them, long sleeves, and people wore them, they dug them, and people started demanding them. So I decided to take it to another level, started pressing up a couple hundred, you know, dudes started buying them, then the girls started asking for them, and I didn't think girls would ever want them.
Right.
I thought it was too extreme, and they said, no, we like SicFuc. I said, all right, so we started pressing up the girl ones. Did my first expo at the Tattoo Expo, sold out, had a bunch of nice looking girls at the register, you know what I mean, and you know, beautiful women always help sell the product.
Yeah.
But you know, it was a good product at the same time, so the combination of everything, you know, we're making a lot of money back then. That's when the economy was good, and we just pushed it, man. Kept pushing it, you know, the clothing. So that's kind of, you know, that's how that started.
So the name actually evolved just from the lifestyle.
Yeah.
So SicFuc is a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. It's a clothing line, and the clothing line I kind of came up with it. The SicFuc name I came up with it, but you know, it's pretty much, you know, it's me, but it's also my homeboys that I grew up with.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's it's kind of like the sickness of it all.
You've managed to take a lifestyle that most people don't want to live and brand it and really build it from the bottom up, which is what hip hop is about. You know,
Yeah.
to go from zero and turn the little bit you do have into something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether it be music, production, film, whatever you're doing that's, you know, pertains to hip hop and the business aspect. So
Yeah.
you've taken a lifestyle that most people, you know, don't want to live, but they listen to the records and they learn the speech and everything and gestures, whatever, and they want to get into it. But you managed to take that and brand it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Because it's genuine. Because there's a lot of people that have come into the culture and actually just stolen everything from us and pretty much, you know, branded it and pushed it out, whether it be breakdancing in a McDonald's commercial or whatever. So,
Yeah.
but you've managed to take something that's genuinely real and brand it. And you're talking about T-shirts, you know, the fashion aspect. What about the tattoos? Because I know that's a big, big part of the lifestyle.
Yeah, well, the thing is with the shirts, our first market was the tattoo market. You know, my first booth at an expo was at the Tattoo Expo in Pomona, and that was like 03, 04, and the tattoo community really embraced the brand, the shirts, and you know, all the top tattoo artists. I fuck with all of them, and I used to sell flash. You know, I've always been involved in art, and I've always loved tattoos, and a lot of my friends were in the business also. So when I started pushing this brand to that market, it just went hand in hand. And later on down the line, I opened up my own tattoo shop.
Congratulations on that.
Felony Fights, 6116 Whittier Boulevard, and we started doing tattoos. And
you offer free tattoos,
free
right?
tattoos, but they're free SicFuc tattoos.
And you got to remember, SicFuc is a lifestyle. So if you're a SicFuc, come down to the shop and get yourself a free tattoo.
There's a sample of one of them. It's a S, little baby F for the SicFuc. It looks like a money sign, Japanese dollar sign or something like that. But it's a SicFuc logo. We have the other ones where the letters are spelled out. We got a few different logos, but yeah, we started giving them out for free, and a lot of people came to get them.
Yeah,
girls, guys, on their heads, on their necks, on their chest. on their ass, everywhere. So I think it's a cool fucking thing, you know, if people want to come get it, and if they enjoy the line and they enjoy the name, I mean, I would be more than happy to hook them up and, you know, etch it in the flesh, and, you know, this is something that's going to go on forever, you know. 50 years from now, there's going to be people, thousands of them, maybe hundreds of thousands by then, you know, with the SicFuc tat. And it's something that I think is a cool thing, man.
That's really cool.
You know?
I wanted to talk to you about, because, you know, being an entrepreneur, who inspired you? Like, you know, when you were growing up, and were you the type of kid that would take sodas and candy in your backpack and hustle it like that?
I actually was, yeah. You know, when I was fucking first, second grade, I had them little Japanese candies, Mexican candies, whatever the fuck I could sell, I sold it. And by the 5th grade, I had, no, even in the 1st and 2nd grade, I mean, you know, I was moving shit like that. And, you know, 3rd, 4th grade, I was selling, you know, M80s, firecrackers, shit like that. And, you know, by the time I was 15, I was moving black boxes, satellite, when that came out later on down the line. But I was always moving something. And it was always something that I thought was cool, you know, stuff that I enjoyed, stuff that you couldn't get at the store, the market. And, you know, the profit margins were nice also. So I've always been in that gray area, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like the gray area. It's not black, it's not white, it's somewhere in between. Where is it? We don't know. You know what I mean?
So, growing up, did you see like the Eazy-E's, the Russell Simmons, even people outside of hip hop like the Donald Trumps, you know, the Bill Gates? Were you inspired by entrepreneurs within the culture of hip hop and outside? Was there somebody where you're like, you know what, I like the way he does that?
You know, as a kid, I didn't even, you know, the music, I love music, I always did. My dad's a record collector. As far as the business aspects of it, I didn't know a fucking thing about it. So I never really looked at, you know, the different music entrepreneurs for that. I didn't, you know, I looked, you know, I had people around me that were hustling, you know, since I was a very young age. And I kind of just learned and soaked everything up and applied it to whatever it was that I was doing. You know, at 9 years old, NWA was, you know, cracking off straight out of Compton. You know, I bought my first fucking tape back then, and I used to write the, you know, Easy lyrics and shit when I was 9.
Yeah.
And just write the songs out that way. When you hear the song, boom, you're saying all the lyrics and stuff. And, you know, that's kind of like how I started with the rap shit. But, you know, for the hustling shit, I mean, my dad used to hustle a lot of different stuff, so I kind of like, he was my biggest influence, you know?
There you go. So let's talk about the DVDs, the Felony Fights DVDs. That's actually, I'm a fan. You know what I mean? Like, nobody actually took something that raw and put it on film, you know, and that was, you know, that was like pre-MMA, you know, UFC. That was like the rawest of the raw, you know what I mean? So you want to talk about the DVDs and how you went about branding that and being a part of that?
Yeah, actually how it kicked off, you know, I was doing a tattoo expo up in Frisco. I had the SicFuc stuff going on, you know, a bunch of shit cracking, and the Felony Fights solo was up there. And we met up, and I was doing the SicFuc thing, he was doing the Felony Fights thing, and we started working together, and kind of the two businesses merged together.
Yeah.
So SicFuc was Felony Fights was SicFuc, and we just started, you know, doing more and more with it, you know, and the Felony Fights kicked off real nice, pay-per-view, DirecTV, Dish Network, best-selling, you know, Sam Goody Tower at the time, and it's one of the rawest, most ultra-violent fight video on the planet. I've never seen nothing more violent than that, and for somebody, I guess, you know, you've seen a lot of it, you become numb and numb and numb, just like taking pills or whatever it is you do. You just always need more of it, you know what I mean? And to get that thrill, you know, kind of, that's what it took and that's what it came to, you know?
So from the music, from the business, from the SicFuc, branding yourself, the fashion, everything, the DVDs, all that kind of like came to a head with CageVsCons.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's like the SicFuc, and then I was doing the music shit. You know, I did my first videos for Killer Priest from Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
I went to film school, Cal State. You know, I did all right over there. You know what I mean? And at the time when I was going there, I filmed for Killer Priest. I hit him up on fucking Facebook. I said, I want to do your video. He said, all right, cool, man. And at the same time, he said, I'll hook you up with the verse. I said, all right, cool, man. Because I was doing music, you know, since '98. but it was more of like a hobby, you know. I was doing so many different things. I still am, but now I'm focusing a lot more on it. But I started doing the videos with Wu-Tang, and then Felony Fights was going on, SicFuc was going on, and CageVsCons kind of brought everything together under one roof. And I thought it was the most crazy, fucking baddest event ever. You know what I mean?
You had it all. Because I actually got to attend, and I got to see, like, before I actually went, the promotion was like nothing I've ever seen out here. I mean, you're talking about everything from flyers to posters on the freeway to actual billboards, full-on billboards for the event. And when you go, I mean, you had everything. You had the tattoos, you had the fashion, you had the music, you had the fights. You found a way to merge the whole lifestyle that a lot of us live within the hip-hop culture. You know, not just hip-hop, because you brought together MMA. You brought together everybody. So that was, you know, I definitely had a good time watching Homeboy's arm fold behind his back. Yeah, it was crazy.
There's fights in the cage, fights out of the cage. VIP dudes getting thrown out of the window, 40 Glock versus Menace. I mean, it was just it was a wild event, man. It was like fucking, it was like the Warriors 2010.
It's definitely historical. So, you know, you did that, and now you're working on a lot of other stuff. You know, going back to the music thing, you're working on music right now. And you definitely have a lot of different avenues that you're doing things. But for yourself, you're actually working on music right now, right?
Yeah, I'm working on my album, American Medicine, and it's pretty much done. I'm gonna press it within the next month. I've done a bunch of videos throughout the past couple years. They've been doing pretty good. I got a new video with YG coming out in a couple weeks called Pillsbury. It's gonna be the first interactive music video where you could actually select your own ending. So you take the red pill, you go on a good trip, ecstasy, naked brides, it's beautiful. You take the blue pill, homeboy ends up overdosing in a bathtub full of blood. So it's kind of like a horror ending on one end, but it's a reality. I mean, you know, drugs do kill, and this is an anti-drug video, but it's a reality video, because I mean, the truth is, you take a pill, you are gonna feel fucking good. But you might get that one pill one day and you might overdose. So this is kind of like a reality check for the kids, and so that's kind of what that video is about.
Yeah, I'm already anticipating checking that out.
You could check out all the music videos, apparel, but my website's www.drzodiak.com, Zodiac with a K, and that's where you can see all the videos and the music and the apparel, girls, everything, the fights. My Facebook, just type in Felony, SicFuc Fights, Facebook Dr. Zodiak, Twitter Dr. Zodiak SicFuc. Yeah, what's up? This is Dr. Zodiak, chilling at Felony Fights Inc. Shout outs to UndergroundHipHopBlog.com. Peace.
UndergroundHipHopBlog.com exclusive.